Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jaya Pataka Swami Maharaj on February 13th, 2021 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Kipatamang Bande Chulodinata Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishana.
Hari Om Tat. Compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book.
Compilation of Sri Krishna Chaitanya book entitled Gaurahari's joyous meeting with Paramananda Puri, who fulfilled the desire of Madhavendra Puri. Murari Gupta Kacha 3.15.19. After residing there in that manner, Sri Gaura left Rangashetra. While he was travelling, he met a disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri named Paramananda.
Chaturmasya ante puna dakhine gaman Paramananda Puri sao tahai milan.
After the end of Chaturmasya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued travelling throughout South India. At that time, he met Paramananda Puri.
There were about 8 sannyasis who are described as the roots of the Chaitanya tree.
There were 8 sannyasis who are described as sannyasis of the Chaitanya tree.
Paramananda Puri is one of those roots.
Paramananda Puri is one of those roots.
And he made a well.
He made a well in Jagannath Puri
which had sweet water. Although
normally wells in Puri have salty water.
Paramananda Puriyar Keshav Bharati Brahmananda Puriyar Brahmananda Bharati Vishnu Puri Keshav Puri Puri Krishna Nanda Srini Singharthita Ar Puri Shokhananda. এই নব মূল নিক শিল বৃক্ষ মূলে এই নব মূলে বৃক্ষ করিল নিশ্চলে.
Paramananda Puri, Keshava Bharati, Brahmananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati, Sri Vishnu Puri, Keshava Puri, Krishnananda Puri, Sri Narsimha Tirtha and Shukhananda Puri. These 9 sannyasis roots all sprouted from the trunk of the tree. Thus, the tree stood steadfastly on the strength of these 9 roots. Purport: Paramananda Puri. Paramananda Puri belonged to a Brahmana family of the Trihut district in Uttar Pradesh. Madhavendra Puri was his spiritual master. In relationship with Madhavendra Puri, Paramananda Puri was very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya, there is the following statement. Among his sannyasi disciples, Ishwara Puri and Paramananda Puri were very dear to Madhavendra Puri. Thus, Paramananda Puri, like Swarup Damodar, who was also a sannyasi, was very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and was his constant associate. When Lord Chaitanya accepted the renounced order, Paramananda Puri offered him the danda. Paramananda Puri was always engaged in meditation, and Sri Swarup was always engaged in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered full respect to his spiritual master Ishwara Puri, he similarly respected Paramananda Puri and Swarup Damodar. It is described in the Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya Leela that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first saw Paramananda Puri, he made the following statement: "My eyes, my mind, my religious activities, and my acceptance of the sannyas order have now all become perfect, because today Madhavendra Puri is manifest before me in the form of Paramananda Puri." The Chaitanya Bhagavat further states, "Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exchanged respectful obeisances with Paramananda Puri, who was very dear to him." Paramananda Puri established a small monastery behind the western side of the Jagannath temple, where he had a well dug to supply water. The water, however, was bitter, and therefore Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prayed to Lord Jagannath to allow Ganges water to come into the well to make it sweet. When Lord Jagannath granted the request, Lord Chaitanya told all the devotees that from that day hence, the water of Paramananda Puri's well should be celebrated as Ganges water, for any devotee who would drink it or bathe in it would certainly get the same benefit as that derived from drinking or bathing in the waters of the Ganges. Such a person would certainly develop pure love of Godhead. It is stated in the Chaitanya Bhagavata, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to say, "I am living in this world only on account of the excellent behavior of Sri Paramananda Puri." The Gaura Ganodesha Deepika 118 states, "Puri Sri Paramanando ya asit Uddhava Pura." Paramananda Puri is none other than Uddhava. Uddhava was Lord Krishna's friend and cousin, and in Chaitanya Leela, the same Uddhava became the friend of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his uncle in terms of their relationship in the disciplic succession.
So, in the previous comment,
From the
Prabhupada has explained everything.
So, from the previous comment, Srila Prabhupada had explained everything.
So, 8 roots, 9.
I said 8 roots, but it's 9.
And how Ganges was, all the water was sweet is still here.
And how the water was sweet and it is revealed here.
That these were chanting around the well, and
The devotees were chanting around the well,
it became Ganges water.
and it became Ganges water.
Chief Pandit, one of the Gaudiya Sampradaya there,
The chief Pandit, one of the Gaudiya Sampradaya there,
suggesting that we should take the seva of this well.
was suggesting that we should take the seva of this well.
মধ্যমূল পরমানন্দ পুরী মহাধীর অষ্টদিকে অষ্টমূল বৃক্ষ কইল স্থির.
With the sober and grave Paramananda Puri as the central root and the other 8 roots in the 8 directions, the 3 of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood firmly.
চাতুর্মাস্য বঞ্চি প্রভু চলিলা তুরিতে পথে দেখা পরমানন্দ পুরীর সহিতে.
After observing the Chaturmas,
After observing the Chaturmash,
the Lord quickly traveled,
the Lord quickly traveled,
and on the way he met Paramananda Puri.
and on the way he met Paramananda Puri.
ঋষভ পর্বতে প্রভু নারায়ণ দর্শন. ঋষভ পর্বতে চলি আইলা গৌর হরি নারায়ণ দেখিলা তাহা মতি স্তুতি করি।
When the Lord arrived at Rishabha hill, he saw the temple of Lord Narayan and offered obeisances at various prayers. Purport: Rishabha hill, Nagada Malaya Parvata, lies 12 miles north of Madurai city in the district of Madurai in southern Tamil Nadu. It is one of the mountains known as the Utakachalas. Nearby Rishabha hill is the forest where Lord Rishabhadeva burned himself to ashes.
Understand that various pastimes were observed.
We understand that various pastimes were observed
Lord Chaitanya traveled
in Lord Chaitanya's travel.
into these holy places.
He went to these holy places.
পরমানন্দ পুরী সহ মিলন। পরমানন্দ পুরী তাহা রহে চাতুর্মাস, শনি মহাপ্রভু গেলা পুরী গোসাঞ্জির পাশ।
Paramananda Puri had stayed at Rishabha hill during the 4 months of the rainy season, and when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he immediately went to see him. Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya. The Lord then saw there the excellent noble sannyasi Paramananda Puri, endowed with a joyful heart. Murari Gupta Katsha 3.15.20. When Paramananda Puri saw the golden boy of Srihari, he recalled the words that his own Guru Madhavendra Puri had once spoken concerning the Lord. Tears of love came to his eyes, and his body became covered with pulakas.
Hair standing on end.
Pulakas means hair standing on end.
দুহে দোহা দেখি স্নিগ্ধ হইলা দুইজন, নিরখিতে দোহাকার ঝরায়ে নয়ন।
While looking at each other,
both are very affectionate to each other.
both were very affectionate with each other,
Spontaneously,
and spontaneously,
two of them
two of them
had tears come to their eyes.
Spontaneously, two of them had tears coming from their eyes, or streams of tears.
দেখিতে পরমানন্দ পুরীর স্মরণে, গুরু মাধবেন্দ্র পুরী যে বইল বচনে।
As Paramananda Puri
As Paramananda Puri
saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
he remembered what his spiritual master,
he remembered what his spiritual master,
Madhavendra Puri,
had said.
তথাই বায়ু পুরাণে কলে প্রথম সন্ধ্যায়াং লক্ষ্মীকান্ত ভবিষ্যতি, তারু ব্রহ্ম সমীপন্থা সন্ন্যাস গৌর বিগ্রহ।
Madhavendra Puri previously told Paramananda Puri, quoting from Vayu Purana, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, Lord Narayana will appear on the earth in a golden form. Taking sannyas, he will reside in Purushottama Kshetra near Lord Jagannath.
কলিযুগে সংকীর্তন ধর্ম রাখিবারে, জনমিব কৃষ্ণ প্রথম সন্ধ্যার ভিতরে।
Teach the process of Harinam Sankirtan.
To teach the process of Harinam Sankirtan
during the Kali Yuga,
during the Kali Yuga,
Krishna will appear in the Sandhya of the Kali Yuga.
Krishna will appear in the Sandhya of Kali Yuga,
In the first Sandhya.
in the first Sandhya of Kali Yuga.
গৌর দীর্ঘ কলেবর বাহু জানু সম সিংহ গ্রীব গজ স্কন্ধ কমল লোচন।
Our Lord Ranga, all body,
Lord Gauranga will have a tall body
his arms will reach to his knees.
and his arms would reach to his knees.
I have shoulders like a lion's,
He will have shoulders like lion
neck will be like a elephant's,
and neck will be like an elephant
eyes will be like lotus eyes.
and eyes like lotus eyes.
করুণা সাগর প্রভু প্রেমার আবাস নিজ করুণায় দয়া করিব প্রকাশ।
Being an ocean of mercy,
Being ocean of mercy,
Lord, being the reservoir of pure love for Krishna,
being reservoir of pure love of Krishna,
he will manifest his own mercy.
he will manifest his own mercy.
মোর ভাগ্য নাহি মুঞ্জি দেখিব নয়নে তোর দেখা হইলে মোর পরিহ সমরণে।
Madhavendra Puri said,
Madhavendra Puri said
I don't have the good fortune
that I don't have the good fortune
and will not be able to see him
and I will not be able to see him
with my own eyes.
with my own eyes.
You are fortunate enough
If you are fortunate
to
enough
see him,
remember
me at that time.
please remember me at that time.
এই সেই ভগবান মনেতে পড়িল এই সেই ভগবান নিশ্চয় জানিল।
That is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead that Madhavendra Puri
This is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead that Madhavendra Puri
had destroyed.
had described.
Therefore, he knew certain
And therefore he knew for certain
that Lord Gauranga
that Lord Gauranga
was
was
Supreme Lord.
the Supreme Lord. Murari Gupta Katsha. Although the Supreme Lord, since he is the eternal maintainer of Dharma, Sri Gauranga demonstrated the proper standard of Vaishnavachar. Falling like a rod to the ground, he placed his head at the feet of his servant, Paramananda Puri.
গুরু জ্ঞানে পুরীকে বন্দনা ও পুরীর আলিঙ্গন। পুরী গোসাঞ্জির প্রভু কইল চরণ বন্দন প্রেমে পুরী গোসাঞ্জি তারে কইল আলিঙ্গন।
Upon meeting Paramananda Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered him all respects, touching his lotus feet, and Paramananda Puri embraced the Lord in ecstasy.
So, since Paramananda Puri and Ishwar Puri were god brothers,
Since Paramananda Puri and Ishwara Puri were god brothers,
therefore, spiritually Paramananda Puri was the uncle of Lord Chaitanya.
therefore spiritually Paramananda Puri was the uncle of Lord Chaitanya.
Therefore, Lord Chaitanya offered him respect.
Therefore Lord Chaitanya offered him respect.
Paramananda Puri ecstatic to see him.
Paramananda Puri, he expected to see him,
Ecstasy, embrace the Lord.
and in ecstasy he embraced the Lord.
দেখি প্রণাম করে পরমানন্দ পুরী কি করিহ বলি প্রভু তোলে হাতে ধরি।
Paramananda Puri saw the transcendental form of Lord Gauranga of Lord Chaitanya.
When Paramananda Puri saw the transcendental form of Lord Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya,
He offered his obeisances.
he offered his obeisances.
And Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya, picked him up,
Lord Chaitanya picked him up,
holding his hand,
holding his hand,
and asked,
and asked,
"What are you doing?"
"What are you doing?" Murari Gupta Kacha. Much alarmed, Sri Puri said, "Lord, it is not proper for you to act in this way, for you are the supreme master of all worlds. Indeed, you are the originally cause of consciousness within them." Murari Gupta Kacha. It is known through the evidence of Shastra that you are directly Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the Supreme Lord. You have accepted the role of your own Bhakta in order to relish Sri Radha Bhav, and thus you engage in plundering the mellows of Madhurya Rasa. Hearing Sri Puri Pada's words, Sri Krishna laughed and with great respect he said, "Because of your loving sentiments, you should know that my heart is also forever bound in love to you. Have no doubt of this."
So Paramananda Puri
So Paramananda,
understood the actual position of Lord Chaitanya.
Puri understood the actual position of Lord Chaitanya.
Lord Chaitanya kind of sidestepped it.
Lord Chaitanya kind of sidestepped.
3 দিন প্রেমে দুহে কৃষ্ণ কথা রঙ্গে, সেই বিপ্র ঘরে দুহে রহে এক সঙ্গে।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed with Paramananda Puri in the Brahmana's house where he was residing. The two of them passed 3 days there discussing topic of Krishna.
পুরী গোসাঞ্জি বলে, আমি যাব পুরুষোত্তমে, পুরুষোত্তম দেখি গৌড়ে যাব গঙ্গা স্নানে।
Paramananda Puri informed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he was going to see Purushottama at Jagannath Puri. After seeing Lord Jagannath there, he would go to Bengal to bathe in the Ganges.
প্রভু কয়ে, তুমি পুনঃ আইস নীলাচলে, আমি সেতু বন্দন হইতে আসিব অল্প কালে।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told him, "Please return to Jagannath Puri, for I will return there very soon from Rameshwaram, Setubandha." Murari Gupta Kacha. Your Grace, kindly go now to Sri Kshetra, for it is very pleasing for Bhakti Sadhana, and take up your residence there until I return. So saying, Sri Gaurahari departed on the path.
Lord Chaitanya wanted Paramananda Puri
So Lord Chaitanya wanted Paramananda Puri
to be present in Jagannath Puri when he returned there.
be present at Jagannath Puri when he returns there.
তোমার নিকটে রহি হেন বাঞ্ছা হয়, নীলাচলে আসিবে মোরে হইয়া সদয়।
It is my desire to stay with you, and therefore if you would return to Jagannath Puri, you would show great mercy to me.
এত বলি তার ঠাঞ্জে আজ্ঞা লইয়া, দক্ষিণে চলিলা প্রভু হরষিত হইয়া।
After talking in this way with Paramananda Puri, the Lord took his permission to leave, and very pleased departed from southern India, for southern India.
গাঢ় আলিঙ্গন কইল পরম সন্তোষে, চলিলা ঠাকুর কহে এলোচন দাসে।
Lord Chaitanya very tightly embraced
Lord Chaitanya,
Paramananda Puri.
Lord Chaitanya tightly embraced Paramananda Puri
With great satisfaction.
with great satisfaction.
Lord Chaitanya, he departed,
Lord Chaitanya, he departed,
started traveling again.
started traveling again.
Lochan Das Thakur says,
Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya. The two most powerful persons with mutual affection and mercy saw each other, conversed, and then decided to depart.
This meeting of Lord Chaitanya and Paramananda Puri
This meeting of Lord Chaitanya and Paramananda Puri is something very significant.
And the various books of Chaitanya Leela describe this.
And various books of Chaitanya Leela describes this.
Has said that Paramananda Puri is the main root
And said
of
that
the Chaitanya tree.
it says that Paramananda Puri is one of the main roots of Chaitanya tree.
Other 8 sannyasis
Although the other 8 sannyasis
come from the main root.
come from the main root.
The 9 make the Chaitanya tree very strong.
So with 9 makes the Chaitanya tree very strong.
পরমানন্দ পুরী তবে চলিলা নীলাচলে মহাপ্রভু চলি তবে আইলা শ্রী শৈলে
Thus, Paramananda Puri started for Jagannath Puri, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began walking toward Sri Saila. Purport. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur remarks, which Sri Saila is being indicated by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is not clearly understood. There is no temple of Mallikarjuna in this area because the Sri Saila located in the district of Dharwad cannot possibly be there. That Sri Saila is on the southern side of Belgaum, and the Shiva temple of Mallikarjuna is located there. Refer to Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 9.15 of this chapter. It is said that on that hill Lord Shiva lived with Devi. Also, Lord Brahma lived there with all the demigods. So Krishnadas Kaviraj said that
his description of the Lord's travels in South India
his description of the Lord traveling in South India
may not be exactly chronologically correct.
May not be exactly chronologically correct.
So the authors of the book
So the author of the book
has to
adjust this
based on the actual geography.
Based on the actual geography.
Lord Chaitanya would travel.
How Lord Chaitanya would travel.
This is explained by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
This was explained by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
প্রভুর সহিত ভব ও ভবানীর সাক্ষাৎকার শিব দুর্গা রহে তাহা ব্রাহ্মণের বেশে মহাপ্রভু দেখি দুয়ার হইল উল্লাসে
In Sri Saila, Lord Shiva and his wife Durga lived in the dress of Brahmanas, and when they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they became very pleased.
দাস দাসীর গৃহে প্রভুর ভিক্ষা চলে সেবা গ্রহণ 3 দিন ভিক্ষা দিল করি নিমন্ত্রণ নির্ভীতে বসি গুপ্ত বার্তা কহে দুইজন
Lord Shiva, dressed like a Brahmana, gave alms to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and invited him to spend 3 days in a solitary place. Sitting there together, they talked very confidentially.
Some picture of Lord Chaitanya talking with Lord Shiva.
Some description of Lord Chaitanya talking with Lord Shiva
Interesting.
existing.
So this way,
So in this way,
Shiva, who is the greatest of Vaishnavas,
Lord Shiva is the greatest of Vaishnavas,
discussing with the incarnation of Krishna as a devotee.
discussing with the incarnation of Krishna as a devotee.
কামকোষ্ঠী পুরীতে আগমন, তার সঙ্গে মহাপ্রভুর করি ইষ্ট গোষ্ঠী, আজ্ঞা লইয়া আইলা তবে পুরী কাম কোষ্ঠী।
After talking with Lord Shiva, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his permission to leave and went to Kamakoshti Puri.
So you have to see where the Kamakoshti is.
We have to see where Kamakoshti is. Thus ends the chapter entitled Gaurahari's joyous meeting with Paramananda Puri, who fulfilled the desire of Madhavendra Puri.
Madhavendra Puri had instructed Paramananda Puri
Madhavendra Puri
had
instructed Paramananda Puri.
Narayana was coming in Kali Yuga in golden color.
But Narayana is coming in Kali Yuga in a golden form.
So then you see him,
So that if you see
remember
him,
me.
please remember me.
Paramananda Puri saw Lord Chaitanya,
So Paramananda Puri saw Lord Chaitanya
remembered Madhavendra Puri.
and remembered Madhavendra Puri.
Thus, he fulfilled the desire of Madhavendra Puri.
Thus, he fulfilled the desire of Madhavendra Puri.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.